Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what's on my Apple Watch Series 3. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's got this pink band on right now. It's super cute. Love the way this band looks. I also have a few other bands I'll quickly show you. So of course I also have the Apple Watch band it came with. It came with this white band right here, and it has a little extra too. And then this pink band came in a pack of a bunch of colors. I have a maroon, a teal, a gray, another white, and I also have this purple one which is customized with my initials. So those are all the watch bands. Now let's go on to what's on my watch. Alright, so here's the first face. It's super simple. It has a pink top and it has a pink outline bottom. I think it looks so stinking cute. Literally love this first face, and let's move on to the next one. Alright, here's what the next face looks like. So at the top I have the time, and then to the right I have the date, which is super nice. And if I click it, it'll take me to my calendar. Then I also have my battery life, my activity, and my workouts. So if I click on that, it'll take me to my workouts. If I click on that, it'll take me to my activity. And if I click on that, it'll take me to my battery life. And then I also have the weather down there. So the last face that I had this for a while, and basically it is the time on the top. It has activity rings right here, and it shows you all the amounts. And then it has the events at the bottom if there are any events, the battery life, and then the weather. I like this face as well, and I routinely rotate through all three of them whenever I feel like it. If you want to edit your faces from the watch, you can just press and hold, and you can click edit. So all the styles on this one is pretty much the same. If you go on this one, I can show you what I used. So I used Arabic, hybrid, and I used the color flamingo. If you scroll to the end, you can also click and add a new one, and you can see all the different watch faces on your watch. You can also do this through the app, and I'm going to show you how you can edit your Apple Watch on the app even more. So now let's go into the watch. All right, so this is what my watch looks like. Those are all the apps you can kind of see. I don't really have that many apps on here, but I do have the apps that it comes with and I use, so I'll show you them all. So that's the clock. I use that all the time. We have workouts. I use workouts literally so much. I do a lot of outdoor runs. Like you can see, I just did a run right now. That's my summary. And then I also have text messages and the activity app, which I like to look at to see how much I've moved each day. And I also like looking at my weekly summary too, which is fun to look at to see how much you've done so far. I also have the calendar, which is super helpful. I love looking at this to see my events, and then you can scroll through with this thing to see all your events for the next 4 or 5. Stopwatch is helpful. I haven't used it that many times, but it is definitely a good thing to have on your watch. There's the different settings that there are, and you can also make a custom one. I also look at my mail from time to time and scroll through and look at emails that I might have gotten through my watch. And I also have calls, which I can look at, which is nice. I don't really use any of these apps really on here. Voice memos, I used it one time, which is really funny, and was because my brother wanted to record himself talking, so yeah. Then we have weather. Here's the temperature in New York. And I like using the weather on my watch. Definitely one of the better apps to have on the watch. It's very helpful. Don't use shortcuts. Calculator is also nice to have on your watch. If you ever need to do any quick calculating and you don't want to grab your phone. I think this is an alarm. I don't really use that or this app. We also have the reminders app, which is nice. I like looking through here to just see some of my lists. We have the heartbeat app. This is interesting. I don't usually look at it, but I think it's kind of cool that it shows you how much you've been beating throughout the day. And obviously it's not going to tell me that I'm beating right now because I just took my watch off. There's contacts on here, which is helpful. There's also a flowchart for your period, which is really nice. And you can look at that through here, which is helpful. You can also look at photos. In the Photos app, you can scroll through and look at different things like memories, and you can also see favorites that you have. I don't really use any of these apps. I don't use that or that or that. The App Store is fun to look at to see what things you can get on here. I also have Spotify on here. I don't really use that much, but yeah, let's look at the App Store. So yeah, you can look at the Apple Watch Starter Kit to get a helpful idea about what people use. And then you can also just kind of scroll through and see fun games or other things to get on the Apple Watch. I haven't really gotten that many apps. If you guys have any recommendations for me for apps to get on the Apple Watch, let me know. But yeah, haven't really used much of these. But yeah, you can definitely scroll through and see. It's kind of fun to just look. And then there's also camera, which is super cool. You can take a picture from your phone camera, which is super neat. I'm not going to open it because I'm recording on my phone right now, but that's super cool. So you can actually use your watch to take a picture. So it's almost like having a self timer in a way. There's also the mindfulness app down here. I don't really use that much, but it is there. So this is for your remote, which is helpful. I don't have any remotes that I would need, but that is there. Oh, and this is keeping track of items, like with AirTags probably. I don't use that, but it is there as well. And if you're curious what Spotify looks on, let's see. I think Apple Music is right over there, right next to it. So it looks like you can play songs or look at the songs that you're currently listening to. You can easily click on them, so that's helpful. And then up here we have the Tips app, and I think it'll tell you helpful tips about the Apple Watch, which is nice. So yeah, this is a good tip. The red dot at the top will see if you have any notifications, and if you go home, if you hit that, this will take you home and you can scroll up and see if you have any notifications. I do not. If you click here, you can see all the apps that you recently opened, which is helpful, and you can scroll through them all. Or you can also use that to access your apps. And yeah, I think those are all of my big features. And if you scroll up, we have this little menu, which is also very important. So this is if you want the sound on. I personally like it off. This is the Find My iPhone to hear the ring of where your iPhone is, which is so helpful. This tells you your battery life. That's like theater mode, to put it in theater mode. This is like water mode if you want to let out all the water. Flashlight, which is super cool, like just turns on like a bright light and it basically acts as like a flashlight. You have night mode, you have airplane mode, and I don't know what those two are, but it looks like you can edit this and get rid of things that you don't want, or maybe add things, additional things if they're not on there. And yeah, and now I'm going to show you how to customize even more through the Apple Watch app. Now I'm going to show you how to go into the Apple Watch app and customize things further. So this is what it would look like. Yeah, so you have all your faces up here, and then if you click edit, you can adjust the faces and you can move around the order, and you can also subtract them if you don't want them. You can adjust how you see things, like if you click on notifications, you can choose all the apps that you want notifications from, and if you don't want notifications on those apps. If you click on app view, you'll be able to choose if you want a grid or a list. I personally like the grid. And you can also change the arrangement, which is really nice. So you can take the apps that you really don't use, if they're more in the center, and move them to the outside. Like let's say I want this app and I want it to be in a little bit further, then I can move it in like that. You can also go to general. This is where it tells you if you have any software updates. I have an update I still have to do. My bad. And this is also where you can adjust the watch orientation to be on which wrist that you want. And you can also see your storage on there as well. If you go into display and brightness, you can adjust how bright your watch is. You can adjust if you want bold text, and you can adjust how you want it to wake when you hold it up, or things like that. You can also adjust the sound, like the volume of your watch on here, and you can adjust your passcode. And then they have a thing for each app where you can go in and further customize it, I believe. So you can talk about if you want it to mirror your notifications and things like that. Now if you go down and hit face gallery, you can add more faces. So you can look through a bunch of different options. There are literally so many, and you can click on one that you like. And the great thing about Apple Watch faces is you can completely customize them. So you can change the colors of things, you can change the tone even, which is so cool. You can change how you want like dials, like it's literally like so customizable. And you can hit add once you're done. So I have the numerals duo and I have it in this hybrid pattern, but you can also choose so many different things on here. I like that one. There's also this one, which I think is pretty cool looking, and there's so many different ways to customize that. There's a Toy Story one, which is cute. There's just a simple, like, basic large one. The one that I currently have is called Modular. I think it's pretty cool. Actually, I chose this one in the pink color, but you can customize them so much. If you click on one, you can change if it shows the date, or you can change it to show your cycle tracking. And then if you want the bottom, you can change it to show your battery life. And then the bottom right, you can change it to show your shortcuts. Like literally the combinations are endless, and I think it is so cool how you can customize it so much. That's why I personally like the modular app face the best. And there's also a Mickey and Minnie. I think that's so cute. And like just so many cool options. And if you go into your photos one, what you do is you go down and click the album that you want, and you can create an album of photos, and then it will rotate through those photos. Or you could also just choose photos specifically and choose the exact photos that you want on there. And if you click dynamic, it'll show recent memories and things like that. So yeah, that's everything I have basically for my Apple Watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful for your Apple Watch. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!